And we are live finally. Just had some drivers we're just waiting for some drivers. So welcome to Maxis Minions round 6. We're in Canada. Tonight it will be one shot qualifying with a 70 lap race, so it's a big old race. I am streaming on Twitch. The other boys are streaming on YouTube for the airstrike, I wanna say. Yeah, airstrike tier, so you can watch whoever you want, but hopefully this should be all up and running and get on the way. But you never know with this sort of stuff. So one shot quality. This will definitely be interesting. It's always one shot quality is always nerve wracking for a lot of people. You basically just gotta get a lap correct and for your first lap, which is hard to do, but I'm sure most of these boys in this tier will be able to get that done. Easy peasy, no problem. But yeah, waiting for a couple of boys to load in, and we're in. So now they'll going into the pits, putting on their setups for the race and for qualifying. Hopefully they put on the right setups. No one making a mistake. So yeah, now we're just gonna have to wait for everyone. Full grid as well tonight. All 20, all 20 cars on the grid. So hopefully we'll get around this track with all 20 cars intact. But I know racing sometimes it never happens, but I think we can make it happen tonight. So now we're getting underway. We'll sit on with LLC for this lap. As he goes right, right, right across as well, which is not the best thing. There's a lot of people going straight across. We'll sit on with Neil, who won the last race as well. So we'll sit on with him. He's the fastest car right now compared to everyone. I just wonder if LLC just maybe had a quali band and maybe just did that. So I feel like that's the thing. Neil's still carrying the speed really, and he's still the quickest guy out there so far. Not the quickest middle sector. It goes to someone else, but really just keeping this lap consistent, and that's all he has to do really to get. Looks like to get pole, but there's still two more corners. There's still the wall of champions going to come up, which might take some drivers, might take some drivers out. You never know. You really get up beside it. Now it's just a straight race to the line. As Neil falls down, as Iron Kid puts it on pole position. The man we've been waiting on, the man that we've waited a little bit longer for, has put it on pole. That's he can't believe. I don't think Iron Kid can fucking believe it right now. All that from him, but yeah, fair place to Iron Kid. There's not even a lot in it. I think that's just only 600s. That's probably less than that, and I'm probably reading it wrong. But yeah, so it's Iron Kid followed by his man's up Bob, then Stuart, then Neil, then Tom, then FCT, then Ralphie, then White JR, then Panda, then Metal Mike, then Lucky, Haj, and I Eat Your Couch are all the people that put in qualifying laps. As everyone else didn't manage to get a lap in, which is interesting to see. And now we're just going straight onto the race. I think White GR, I think there might be a little bit of a problem going on, but this is interesting. as now everyone goes away to strategy. It is a minimum 2-stop. I've got to say fair play to Ironkin to put it on pole. He kept his composure, drove well. Now we're going to see what kind of start he'll get off this line to really try to defend this. But yeah, it's a long race, and you don't win it at turn 1. I don't know what's happening here. We're taking a bit of time. We're getting straight away. It's lights out and away we go straight away. Ironkid looks like to get a good getaway here. It does. So sit on with Ironkid. Really going his gap there, but Stewart jumps man's not Bob as well. It's going to be a lot of position changes. This is already a yellow flag, and that's Metal Mike. He's been spun. It looks like he's just spun. Maybe went himself, or maybe a little contact, but we don't know. But we're still on here with him, and we're still going. Just having a look through the grid right now. We'll just keep it on position changes. Tom not getting the best of starts either. He drops 3 positions. And yeah, not that many people losing positions. Just a lot of people gained off of Metal Mike just having his moment. But they're all getting through here nice. As we see, it's that look to be a car out, and it's Ralphie's out. I wonder what's happened there. Safety car already. How's he done that? He's hit the inside of the hairpin. That's interesting to see. Maybe just lost the back end and really hit the wall. But now it's a safety car lap 1. My dream's been ruined of everyone finishing, but I'm sure Metal Mike will definitely be glad that it's a safety car so he can catch right back up. But that's the first safety car free in this race already gone. As we see Metal Mike pitting already, maybe he got front wing damage. And now this is going to be interesting. Man's not Bob. DNFs? I just wonder if something's happening. Stewart's left the room. He's also DNF'd. I think we're going to be restarting this session. So this is I think, pull out the red flag. Something's not went right, so. And that's interesting already. Yes, so we got a restart already. I think. You see some of the cars still in here. I just don't think people know what's happening, but yeah, host is gone. So we're gonna be restarting. Oh Jesus. It's never a easy race. It's definitely never a normal race when it's a full lap or a full race. I just don't know what's happening right now. I think maybe just maybe a server disconnect or something here. It looks like it might be that. Now we get that first lap back of racing. Let's go. We'll probably be starting. Probably have to start again from. I would imagine just off a quali. So that's definitely interesting. As I've back to it now, I'm just waiting for a new invite. It's never easy. It's never just sitting here waiting for the lobby. So I get my invite. I'll join that straight away. Get back into my spectator seat. Let me jump. Why is it not letting me jump into spectators? There we go. I've jumped straight back into this. You get it. So now we're waiting for everyone to join back up and we get this start under a go. I just really wonder what happened there. Maybe just a connection issue with maybe just the game. So now we're waiting to see. Everyone's just trying to load into the lobby, but oh, don't tell me the servers are a bit dodgy tonight. Oh, reverse grid. It's, I just don't know what's happening here. You let me. I'll maybe have to leave the lobby and rejoin because it's not loading anyone else there. So. Oh, this is just not going good, is it? Oh, it never goes good for me. For anyone that I'm anything I'm commentating over. So we're in a dreaded loading screen. Now I think we're getting loaded into the lobby. 100%. It says I'm joining. Hopefully it does put me in here. I think I'm in. I think I'm in. I think there's just jump in the spectator bit anyway. It's this is just becoming a little bit of a force, but okay, we'll get it going. I'm sure we'll get this back going. We're just waiting. This panda jumps in. I think I'm having connection issues as well, but everyone's starting to load in for me now. But I think just waiting for some people to rejoin, and that is all. I think 3 more, but we're having connection issues. Oh, it's never an EA game. It's always an EA game that does this, isn't it? Oh, just checking, everything's okay. Yep, we're good. I think we're just waiting on 2 more drivers to join the session, if I'm not wrong. Hopefully these boys can get in, we can get this race underway. I don't think many other people will be sitting around late at night trying to get this. Pandas and now we're just waiting for one person. I'm not sure who we're missing, but we'll be missing someone. Yeah, just GH7. He's just joining in. We should get back to racing soon as I think we're just waiting for maybe the grid to get set out again, but oh, we didn't even get one full lap before this all happened, so this is just a gem to watch, I would imagine. But no, I think no, we did get one. We did get one lap, but we can't set the lap, so we'll need to go straight back to the start. And you can. So now we're just waiting confirmation to get going again, but I'm sure we'll get going soon. I'm 100% sure we'll be getting going soon. Oi, oi, oi. I'm sure we'll all get going. We'll get back to racing. We could be good. Oh, I gotta say, it was a crazy start as well until we had our issues, but we're back here again, so. I still don't know how you can type and drive at the same time, Panda, but just messaging me. Oh, I think we're ready to go again, but let's let's get this show on the road, boys. Come on, let's go. Well, true actually. Oh, we're back. We are back to racing in 20 seconds. Oh, I can't believe it. Yeah, if any of the drivers are watching, make sure you put your setups on as well. You can maybe tweak it a little bit now from qualifying, but I didn't say nothing though. Do you know what I mean? I didn't say nothing. We're going back. We just resetting these laps now. Oh, the timer keeps resetting. Is like, what's happening? Oh, please, please, no one already unready up. Let's just get into this race. We get in. We're loading in. We're loading in. Everybody hold. Everybody hold. Oh, hopefully there's no more problems. We just have a smooth and nice race now. No more problems, please, please, no more problems. So now the drivers are back on the starting lineup, putting their setups back on, getting their strategies back on, and we should be ready to go soon. As I said before, it's a mandatory 2-stop, so every driver's got to come in the pits twice. And yeah, hopefully we'll be ready to go. As I'll need the fact that, whoa, even I'm having technical problems. What's happening? This is just maybe not GLA, but back to 5 red lights, and away we go. As Iron Kid looks to get a better start than Bob. Oh no, Bob spins. I think Man's Not Bob has spun off that start. Yeah, he's tumbling down the order, not getting the traction he wanted there, but as I put on the tyres, there's a yellow flag at the back. That looks to be a pile-up of 3 cars. It looks like Dan, Piano Jam and Laggy all just coming together there, but they still made it through. As we've got Piano, we got Iron Kid leading the race again from the start. He's got the getaway he needed, but now he needs to keep pushing. As now another yellow flags came out. Maybe just a couple cars getting a little bit shaky. Everyone's on the medium at the start. There's no mix. There's no one going hard. There's no one doing a different strategy. Everyone's on the same tyre, but I do not imagine everyone will try the same strategy, right? We gotta see some different strategies here. So I think that's Panda made the move, maybe? Yeah, Panda just made the move around White JR. So he's up there, really going, really up the back of his car as Iron Kid gets over the line now, and that's the first proper lap of racing done. Get the champagne out for that. As we see Jay, I hear Couch just defending JH7, but not making that move possible. But there's already a big gap to Lucky and up to P10, as I think Jay has a look down the inside here. Around the outside, he's going to try it. He sends it down the inside, late on the brakes, makes the corner. He has the inside line, but I think they just got caught up there. And I think you see a little bit of damage there as well. What's happened as well, there's yellow flags. And I think GH has got a lot of damage here. Yeah, he's missing a lot of front wing there. I think the cars just connected, and that's not what you want in this game. The cars, if they connect to each other, they will just pull you with them. But hopefully he can get back into this race as well, as I think Metal Mike has a little bit of damage on the front wing. It's an eye or Couch, I think he's got damage as well, I would imagine. Yeah, front end plate. That's going to maybe hurt into the first sector as Stewart putting on the pressure now. As Panda looks for the move around the outside. He gets it done into the first corner, and he's really making up positions off this start. As we got another yellow flag, I wonder, is that just for someone coming into the pits? I would imagine it is, but you never know. And now Panda's up to 6. So we'll have a look. Sorry. As we have, I think, Lucky looking really up the behind that Mercedes, but cannot get a sniff anywhere. Maybe just holding back, trying to get his DRS, but he's getting DRS off the car in front, which is not going to help him try to get past. But yeah, no safety car yet. But and imagine the blue one. But we'll have a look. It's Iron Kid. I've just noticed. It's lucky gets past. Sorry, sends it down the inside. Gets the braking right. Try to power out the corner. I don't think White GR had nowhere really to get around there. It's a good move. He's up to 9th. As Iron Kid comes back at Stuart, we'll go back to them. That just shows you how powerful DRS can be. And it's really bringing Neil back into this. They had a second gap on them as White GR's got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. As Iron Kid goes fast, gets the fastest lap so far. As we see the guys at the back, they've done their first pit stop, probably just with damage, getting that front line changed. One more stop, I would imagine they would go, but it'll be a difficult ask to get those tyres to the try to spread the tyres, but we never know. As we'll look through and try to see any other close battles we got on this grid. And imagine Haj really in a little battle here, I would imagine with Lucky having a look, try to get down there. Ruining the train, that's a good exit for Haj though. That will definitely help him, but Ralphie's not had a good exit. As we see Lucky sending it down the inside. But will he have the traction coming out of this corner? He will, and he gets the position. What a good move from him. But now Haj is trying to come back at him on the main straight. They're side by side, going to come into these two difficult corners, but they make it work. That's some good racing there, I would say. They're really just fighting. As we see, is that Lucky looking down the inside there? It does. Oh, but he just taps the rear end there. Is there any damage? I thought I seen something fly off, but I could be wrong there. Maybe it's just a ball order, or maybe it's just a row brake marker. That might be it. But these guys are really going at it. But we'll cut back to the front too, as we see Stuart just sitting behind him, not going to make that overtake, probably just going to sit behind him, wait for the main straight. It looks like the main straight's going to be the best place to overtake someone, I would imagine, or this hairpin coming up. But no, he sits behind him, probably just wants that DRS to try and power past him. But it looks like Iron Kid got a good launch off of the corner, but will it be enough really to get away from this DRS? As we see Stuart really powering with that DRS, giving you extra speed. He doesn't get him here, but he'll have the DRS for this next straight as well. And use a good exit. Doesn't look like he gets the best exit out of there, and I imagine he'll just stay behind him. As now it's really bringing these guys behind. It's bringing Tom, it's bringing Neil into this fight now. Really just battling, and it's going to be holding up each other. So we see these guys coming in through. It's really a battle now. This is a track really hard for penalties as well, so just try to make sure. It's Lucky going around the outside. Is he going to make the move? No, he sits back, thinks better of it. Maybe going to try and power it past him with the DRS here, but he has DRS as well, so that's not going to work. He might just make that. He just might make that move into the hairpin that he's done already twice in this race. As Lange gets a 3-second penalty for multiple. So we'll see, what does he do here? I think he's having a look down the inside. Thinks better of it, just tucks back in. Maybe going for a better launch out this corner. But he doesn't get the better launch, does he? His Panda just ghosted there. I wonder what happened there. Still going, so I don't think it affected him that much. But he's going to be coming under some real pressure as well from the Ferrari behind. As I wonder what just happened there. But they all make it through. No one's got damaged by the looks of it, but yeah. As I've just seen, Stuart is also overtaken. I'm too busy focusing as Haj is battling with the other Mercedes, and he gets it done. I'd imagine he would get it done. He has got it done, but he does have that 6-second penalty, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be a tough ask. But we'll go back up to the lead as these two leaders are just switching basically nearly every lap now. As now Stuart's trying to break that DRS as Haj gets a 3-second penalty. A lot of people struggling with track limits, I would imagine. As there's a car off the back. Hopefully he doesn't get lapped. Hopefully he gets going, doesn't get lapped. Because it would be a big old long race. So now we'll cut back to Lucky. Does he go for that? No, he doesn't. And Panda's nearly breaking that gap with DRS. But we'll jump back to these guys at the front. As Iron Kid looks for the inside move, thinks better of it. Maybe just try to get a better exit. He gets a good exit here compared to Stuart. He'll have that DRS. He might be deploying a little bit of battery. Going down the inside, can he keep it? He keeps it. I would imagine he's kept it. He's took over the lead again. Really just switching places, showing you how good that DRS is here. With that double straight, double pump of DRS, I should say. As now I think Lucky's just got past Ralphie. He has got past Ralphie. As now he's probably trying to look to probably push up, but now he's out of DRS of Panda. And now we'll definitely come down to raw pace now between the two cars. But has Ralphie got damaged somehow? As we see LLC, he's out the race, DNF, and that looks like a safety car. And now that really bunches the pack up together. Everyone that's had damage off that lap and pitted early is definitely going to be coming back into this pack now. And yeah, just everyone really fighting. Really good fighting, I should say, on the first couple of laps. And yeah, now the safety car. One of 3 safety cars we can have in this game. As Brian goes into the pits. Now, I don't know if will he make out? He's not went in, he's pitted now. Will he make it out? He should make it out, but it's going to be tight. It will be tight. He needs to get going now. Really he needs to power out. I would imagine with the Iron Kid let him past. It's close. He gets in front. That will definitely be good for his race. He's not lapped now, so I'd imagine the safety car will definitely let him pass. It should let him pass, as he's not the lead car, so it should let him pass. Is it letting him past? This is interesting to see. Is the safety car really not letting him past? It looks like now it's letting him past. Okay, it has let him past. Thank God. I probably wouldn't be the best idea to lead the guys in 19th, but you never know. As we'll go back, we'll have a quick look at the penalties so far. So that's not how you check penalties. We'll have a look at the penalties as we got White J on 6 with Brian at the back, and Haj, Gavin, Piano Jam, Lange, and Jake all have, or JH7 all have 3-second penalties. So now some of the grid have pitted, and most of them have not, as you can see by the tiles on the screen right now. So the safety car will just drive them around for a couple laps, but yeah, I just wonder when they'll let him go. I would think Brian really will need to pick up the pace if he wants to try and get the back. He should be allowed to get to the back quickly. I don't know, he's pretty close, so it's going to be interesting to see. Oh. Now we're just basically waiting for some of the cars to catch up to the back, I would imagine. The interesting thing is, it's definitely going to be that the kick elbow of Brian at the back. I just don't know if he's going to be able to really get to the back of this pack. Maybe he will. He might just get there when they're going. So, yeah, and it's definitely going to be tricky to see what's going to happen here. Sorry. Just looking, yeah, he'll make it. I would imagine he can make it. And maybe the safety car goes another lap. It might, you know. I think it might go another lap here, which is definitely interesting. Yeah, I think the safety car goes another lap now. It does. I would definitely let Brian get to the back, so it will definitely be coming in next lap, I would imagine. We should be getting underway. Is Gavin and I or Couch swapping positions? Maybe just try to avoid try to avoid the car in front, maybe to warm up those tyres. But yeah, I've just seen Tom has pitted. If I remember correctly, he was in this top battle, so that will definitely be interesting. Going for something different than the lead cars he was fighting with. So his man's not Bob and Dan. They've all pitted. Metal Mike's pitted under the safety car as well. And that's the only people that's really pitted under the safety car. But yeah. So now we're just waiting. Really just waiting for these guys to get going again. There's nothing much I can really commentate on right now, but I would imagine safety car does come in this lap. We go again. Already roughly a 7th through this race. Am I right in saying that? Yeah, probably am. Yep, safety car comes in this lap, so Aaron Kidd is now the lead car, so he'll be the new safety car basically. He controls the pace, nothing stupid off this start, boys. So we see the two McLarens at the back dropping off, maybe just try to go for drop off, get those tyres a bit warmer, and then go at it when they know the leader's going. But Iron Kid goes. It's when Iron Kid wants to go. It's his decision. He goes now, and we're back in racing. That looks like a good getaway for Iron Kid. I think it is. He hasn't caught. I wouldn't say he caught Stuart napping really, but it was a good getaway to make sure he doesn't get overtaken. As we see some cars diving into the pits, as Tom and I hear Couch in the pit under safety car. What has happened there? That's interesting right now. I don't know what's happened there at the back, but I'm sure someone could tell us later what happened. But yes, so we'll jump back with Panda really over the back of FCT. He's having an amazing life to this race. He's really powering up to the back. Maybe he's using a bit too much battery off the start, but maybe just making sure he sticks with the car in front. As you see, Lucky and really close to the back, really late braking into that zone. As Man's Not Bob gets past Piano Jam, I would imagine into the hairpin. So we'll go back onto them. As these guys are going side by side. As Man's Not Bob's powering down with the fresher tyres and probably lower wings. He gets it. A little nudge there, but I would imagine no penalty, but maybe just getting on that grass. There's a little bit of grass as well. It's a little bit of grass in that inside, but as Metal Mike gets past, but he gets a 3-second penalty as Lange drives back past him with that thing. It's Jay's now powering past. It's all kicking off of this restart. It's now the two Mercedes boys are really trying to go for it. White GR already out of slip, already out of the DRS, which is not going to help him defend against Haj, I would imagine. But yeah, we'll jump back to the two lead cars already built a second, and those guys are going to go for it for the whole race, I would imagine. As now 3 times, I would imagine he's going to get up right to the back of him with DRS, ERS blaring, and that slipstream. Yeah, he's already pulling alongside here, and I think he'll make the move before the corner. He does make the move before the corner, but Iron Kid gets a 3-second penalty, so that's interesting. And that's not going to help his race. It's lucky he's overtaking now Panda. And that's a move he's done. He's making the moves really to get up positions. And critically, he's still in the DRS. Still in the range of DRS, 1 second. Still within 1 second to get that DRS in the car in front. So yeah, Panda's not going away. He's not went away that easily. So that's definitely interesting. As now the cars get back into the rhythm. I imagine the tyres are now all warmed up and nice now into that race heat. Really throwing the car in. So go back on with Panda. Because I don't think... Actually, we'll go back to Jay. Because this looks close maybe back here. It does look close between these guys. Really just going in a big order. Yeah, just I don't think they're close enough for the DRS to really be working here. Yeah, they're not really close enough, but definitely be interesting to see. Maybe, but Teamwork gets Iron Kid gets past Stuart again. Really, these guys are not leaving each other alone this whole race. This man's not Bob gets past. Yeah, he gets past White JR. I'm missing all the overtakes tonight as well. What's happening? These guys are still going at it, but I think Man's Not Bob really just gets that move done now. But I don't think he'll be in the detection zone of Haj in front of him. I don't think he did. So it's going to be interesting. YGR's going to have that DRS to really try and get back to him. But we'll go back up with Lucky right now, who's really hounding the back of that Williams FCT. Really just sticking close by with him. And yeah, doesn't make the move this time. It's Ralphie going a little bit deep there into that corner. Just that concertina effect of the cars there. But yeah, that's how it is. And Lucky just power past without the DRS, really helping him on that straight. Just flies past him. He's up to 4th now. As Stuart loses a position here, and Neil just gets the lead of the race, overtakes 2 cars in 1 straight. Now it's interesting to see as Panda powers past FCT without that DRS, you're just a sitting duck on these straights as well. But now these guys have caught up to the back of the top 3, and they're going to be coming for this race as well. So see, anyone close enough will stay with these top guys, these top 5 guys, top 6 as well, I would say. Yeah, top 7 as well is still in that DRS train. So stay unlucky, he's really up the back. Gavin has got a penalty, a 3-second penalty. This is becoming a penalty fest here. Maybe a driver that just doesn't get any penalties is going to be the one that gets the better hand of these guys. Is now Lucky. Looks like he's got such power exit on Stuart. But Neil's in the lead, and he's got everyone behind him with DRS as we see. He's just a sitting duck as Iron Kid overtakes him here. And that's not going to help him for this bit, I wouldn't imagine. I think it will actually. As Lucky's looking for that move as well, he'll look down this inside, brakes, and gets up to 3rd now. And that is interesting. He just came out of nowhere and came up just how close these cars are fighting. It just shows you how much time these guys have lost. As now Man's Not Bob's finally got past Haj. Missed that overtake as well. As these guys are really just fighting for this lead. And it's interesting to see. We'll go on board with Stuart. I'm pretty sure it's... Oh. So right, that's this button. We'll go on board with Stuart. Sit on his car right now to see. He's really close to Lucky now. Thinks better of it. I just wonder if he's burning. Oh, that just didn't look like a good exit there. I think they just got everyone just basically trying breaking it. Iron Kid's pulled out a good gap to Neil here. He won't get him on this straight, not at all. As you see Gavin getting Brian on the leaderboard there. As now Stuart hunting over the back of Shot hunting back to Lucky, but not really getting close enough. This man's not Bob makes another position. He's flying back up this grid now. He might have had a poor getaway from the start, but he's really coming to life with those brand new fresh hards compared to these guys. So, Meachams, they're not even softs, it's Meachams. But it now just shows you Contessina's fighter. So we've got, I think Langay's just spun in the first corner, but he gets it going, doesn't crash out, so that's great to see. It's over half the grid's got penalties right now. It's now Lucky really just pushing Neil through these corners, and he's just powering past him. Goes down the inside here. Oh, a little bit of contact, but he's just rubbing. As I hear cars bunching up together here. These guys going side by side. I wonder if Neil's just got... Yeah, it looks like he's got less wing. Less downforce in that car. Oh, does he try and throw it there? He did try. That's going to hold them up for Stewart. Stewart's going to power past these two, I would imagine. He's got that inside line. Lucky's a little bit ahead there, but he makes the corner and he makes that move stick as well. But no, Lucky's still with him in this corner. As you say, White JR coming into the pits now. But it's allowing Iron Kid to really try and pull away, but still within that second, so I imagine these guys can get back up to the back of him. There's now, man's not Bob's now caught up to the back of these guys. See, Apex, maybe it might be the GT1 too, but there's still a long way to go in this race. But yeah, man's not Bob's pitted already, so he's done one of his pit stops. And he's already over the back of these guys, but he would definitely be suffering with tyre wear at the end of the race. These guys are all just concertining. So we see FCT ghosted for some reason. That's a bit weird. Usually that doesn't happen. And we also missed it. Panda's also overtaken Neil, so he's up to 4th now. Really pushing this car. We'll just go back to see if anyone else is close enough. Not really, just really creating gaps of their own right now. It's Ralphie pits now to sort of, I would imagine, to do his one stop. Oh, 2 stop, sorry. One of these 2 stops. As GLT, yeah, just coming past him. Just Ralphie. His Lucky's really came alive ever since that safety car. He's really, after that safety car, he's managed just to keep pushing with these tyres. I've not really had to worry that much behind, but he makes a little mistake there. Gets too much cover now Panda's going to be all over the back of him now. Is Neil's really falling off? I just wonder, has he pushed his tyres too much? Or as FCT gets back past Man's Not Bob, but they're out at DRS, so this will be definitely interesting to see. I would imagine Man's Not Bob can get this done in the straight with the fresher tyres, maybe. We'll come back to it. Stewart's all over the back of Iron Kid, and he just powers past. Just showing how much of a sitting duck you are with that DRS. And maybe Lucky needs to try and follow him past, I would imagine, but no. I don't think he's got enough straight line speed. Piano Jam gets overtaken by Gavin. As Man's Not Bob get overtaken FCT. And now Gavin's got another 3-second penalty. There's now Brian who was nearly lapped at the safety car, now up to 11th, which is really good. Really coming alive now. As now we'll go back with these guys. As Lucky's really all over the back. As now Gavin has crashed out, and that is a safety car. That's a full course safety car. And now this is interesting. I would imagine everyone on the Meachams, that's 20 lap Meachams, maybe even the 18 lap Meachams, goes in and gets new tyres. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to see that. It would definitely help out everyone that's... I wouldn't say no, because there's some people that pitted only like 2 laps ago, and that's not going to help them. You basically cut off so much of your pit stop time, yep, as they all follow each other in. it's interesting to see what man's not Bob. That's what I thought. He would definitely have stayed out. He powdered earlier, so maybe he probably is the one person that didn't want this safety car out that early. But yeah, so everyone's making their decisions now to see what tyres they're on. It's also Jake stays out as well, so that's a little blockage that man's not Bob's got there. As Stuart comes out, then Iron Kid, then Lucky, then Panda. As we can see, Stuart opting for the hard tyres as Iron Kid and Lucky goes to the mediums and Panda's on the hards with Neil, Haj, FCT at the back. So all of them dived in all together basically. So now we see everyone else is also diving in as well. Piano Jam dives in for new tyres. And imagine, yep, Tom and Dan Dan also in for new tyres. In this race, I just want to check how many people actually pit stopped. How would I check that in this game? Definitely be here. As well, man's not Bob's got to stop again, so does Jake. The only people that don't need to stop is Brian, who's done 4 stops, Tom, who's done 3, Mel Mike, that's done 2, and Dan that's done 3. Everyone else will need to do 1 more stop, except from those drivers. So we'll go to the positions. Man's not Bob gains 1. Jake, right now, he's got 12 positions, but those mediums are not going to be nice. Iron Kid down 3 positions. He is pitted though. He didn't pit under the first safety car. He pits now, so and imagine he gets up there. Lucky also getting 6 positions, and Panda also getting 3 positions. They're really enjoying it as Neil loses 3. And I think the big loser we've got is Tom actually, losing 10 positions. But I would imagine he has came in twice. He has. Yeah, he's already came in twice. Maybe he's going to try and stretch these. I would imagine he would have put on hards if he's going to try and stretch any tyre. Yep, on hards. Maybe try to stretch it until maybe a medium or a soft run at the end to really go after those guys with the worst tyres. But only 2 people out so far on lap 23 is Gavin and LLCC. So my throat's killing me now, it's getting a bit dry. This is definitely going to be an interesting start because the two lead cars are definitely not on the same strategies. All the cars in behind, the safety car comes in. So, as man's not Bob's left the session, what has happened there? Is that a connection issue? I would imagine it is. As it goes into the pits, and now Jake's the lead car, and he doesn't know anything about it. And that's not what. I just don't know what happened there. Definitely looked like a DC was still there. So, yeah, but now JH7's the lead car, and he's really going to have to defend with those 21 lap old mediums compared to these guys' 2 laps. Probably these tyres will look like they'll probably be dead really badly. They probably would be dead. So you can see the difference in the traction of the corner, but JH still making it work though. As he gets another penalty though. Shows you how bad those tyres must be. Because I don't know what's happened to man's not Bob. But coming out of that, he's just not getting that traction he wants. As also Lucky gets past now Iron Kid, but Iron Kid all over the back of him. But I think he's going to hold on to this position now. But this is just becoming a bit wacky now. But his JH7 still holds on to that lead, but for how long? I would imagine it's not going to last this. It will be definitely the end of this lap. He'll definitely lose maybe a lot of positions, but he's still holding a good fight here. Really, he still thinks he's a safety car, just trying to keep every car behind at this point. As Panda now gets a 3-second penalty. But he's... but I would imagine a lot of people maybe on their last strokes of penalties, but man's not Bob pits again. That is interesting. I do not know if that's the AI or not. I could be wrong, but now you see Stewart just basically blaze past him, and so does man's not Bob leaves the session. As now basically Lucky just follows him through, so does Iron Kid. And he just loses so many positions, but he gets the DRS, and Stewart doesn't have the DRS. He overtook him before the DRS zone, so that's going to help Lucky take the lead of the race. And I imagine you'll be buzzing with that. It's also Iron Kid's going to have a look as well. He's going to definitely follow Lucky's line basically. It's also Panda now gets over. But did someone make contact with him? He's been. Looks like he's spun. I do not know what's happened. Maybe me going on to him. I think that was definitely interesting to see. But yeah, we're still in this. It's also Haj overtakes. And so does Ralphie. It just shows you those tyres are just, they're not good right now. He's really struggling compared to everyone else on the grid. So you see White JR overtaking him now. And now, it's going to be interesting now, as these guys have nearly broke a 1 second gap now at the top. But I'm pretty sure Stewart will still have DRS on this straight. It's going to be the difference here. I would imagine Iron Kid's going to easily overtake him. I would imagine he's close enough. I think he's got less downforce on the car. He just whips by him. As now, I think that was just maybe Jake. So I think I've seen someone losing a position also, but I think Lucky's going to be safe from Stewart. As Panda now overtakes FCT, he'll be probably on a rampage now to try and get back up to the position he was in. I just wonder what happened there. So now the field's spreading out a little. Now the safety car's we've been going on to the safety car. Oh, that didn't make sense, Stephen, come on. As now Ralphie gets a 3 second penalty, and there's only 4 drivers on the grid without a penalty. As now Panda gets past JH7, and he's really just trying to run back up to these guys. As now Iron Kid, I think, getting the better traction out that corner. Oh, you can see the better traction out that corner, but Lucky's still got the DRS on him, and he's also got that penalty, and Lucky does not have the penalty. But they're really just pulling away from Stewart on the straight. But Stewart will have the advantage. I would imagine he can go back to mediums. These guys will need to do another compounded tyre if they want to make this to stop work. But Stewart gets the fastest lap of the race, so forget what I'm saying. He's pulled that power out somewhere. There's now Iron Kid still looking down the inside here, but gives up, just sits in behind now. As now we see Haj has now got another 3 second penalty. And these guys are really going at it at the front as well, and everyone's really going at it for positions. Neil's also in the back of them as well, so as we see a yellow flag, it looks to be JH7 spun round. Go check what happened. He keeps the car going, but we'll get back to this fight. Yes, he's still on, he's still going. It's just those lap 25 mediums, which is not, I'm afraid. But you can just come into the pits now. He tried it, so just come into the pits and get a tyre change. As we see on the straight, Iron Kid closing it up at the end of the straight. I would imagine he would try and get in this straight, but maybe not. I think Lucky's aced that part, and Iron Kid just a little bit off it there, yeah. And he'll keep that. It's very interesting to see that there, but now the top 5 are the top 5 battle here. And this will definitely be interesting to see what happens. Everyone, I would imagine, on hards now can go to mediums for the last stop, and everyone on the mediums can go to the hards for the last stop. So now it's going to be which one's the better one, which one's going to be the better tyre at the end of the race, I would imagine. This Lucky just looks like he has more confidence. It might just be the more downforce for some corners, which is really helping him here. But we've seen how good Iron Kid is out of this corner. Matching him out that corner, I would say, for that one. He's going to have that DRS. He's going to have another go at him, I would imagine. As also, we see also Haj in the background really eyeing up thingy, but they can't get close enough to each other. As Lucky goes for another good exit there. Iron Kid doesn't get the best one. Is he going to be still behind him? He is going to still be behind him. As a yellow flag comes out, I think that is for JH7, so still sticking on with those tyres. I would imagine he's going to try and push them for a while, maybe, so we can get. Stuart's just sitting there playing the long game, I would imagine, with those hards. Doesn't really have to do it. Iron Kid gets another 3-second penalty. That's up to 6 for him now. Yeah, and this is. I don't think this is what he would have wanted, but if he can try and get past Lucky and maybe try and grow the gap now, but definitely interesting to see. But Lucky just looks a lot more confidence with that more downforce, I would imagine, in the car, but it looks like to be a good exit from Iron Kid, and he will have that DRS and that ERS to burn. He'll be in that slipstream as well. He'll be gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining, but not close enough, I'm afraid. He's going to have to try this one as well. As we see Panda getting overtaken, and there's also a lot of people getting overtaken, but Lucky going defensive there. As Iron Kid gets the fastest lap, really going defensive there. As we'll go back on with these guys. As Panda just gets overtaken by FCT, and I think Ralphie gets overtaken by YGR. That's now interesting. As Tom now makes an overtake, but that's someone round it. I think that's Dan around. That is Dan around. He's not having a great race either. As we'll go back up the field. We'll go back with the close fight for basically P1, I would say, with all these cars. And you really just can't keep your eye off this battle at the top somehow. They're just that close to each other every time. We basically flick every time they come around the lap after lap, they're closer. But I think Iron Kid is way closer now to him. Yeah, he's way closer now. As you can see the battery difference as well. And I imagine Iron Kid gets this done easy peasy. As Lucky, I would imagine maybe just pulling to the inside, see what he can do there. But it's Lucky gets now a 3-second penalty. Haj gets another 3-second penalty. Now this becomes interesting for the guys in front. It's now Stuart sets the fastest lap of the race. He's really trying to push now. As now we see Panda overtaking FCT. We see Ralphie overtaking. Oh, we see White GR. I think just a little bit squeezed to that inside. As now Panda's going to be definitely there having a look. Not really a corner you overtake at though. But yeah, this is spicing up to be a battle as well. It's also Tom's in the background as well. Don't forget, he could come up to the back of these boys and make it another 5-way battle. As now we see White GR really going down with that DRS, just showing you if you don't have that DRS, you're a sitting duck. It's now Panda's looking all over the back. It's now Ralphie's going for the move. But we'll go back to the front, guys, and we'll come back to them at the end of the straight. It's now Lucky's powering. Someone's crashed out, and that's a full course safety car. Did Lucky make that move before the safety car comes out? I wonder. Someone's now hit the wall of champions. And, and now this gets interesting. No, I don't think he made the move. He gives the place back to Iron Kid. So I think he just overtook under the safety car. So we see Ralphie jumping into the pits, maybe going for the hards to the end. Tough call. But this will be our last safety car, I would imagine, so no more safety cars. No more mistakes. And now we're just back behind the safety car. Someone's actually at least died to the Wall of Champions tonight. And it was GH7 as well. It was just tough. I would imagine it was just tough for him to be on those 26. We got to 26 and they just didn't look good at all. Those mediums. But he tried to toughen it out, I'll give him that, so better than me. And now what's interesting is there's 3 cars without any penalties. We've got FCT, we got Stuart, we got Neil, all with no penalties. Just showed you how easy it can get track limits here. Now the safety car keeps going around and round. Brian at the back, going for I think he picked for new tyres. It definitely looks like he has picked for new tyres. There's now we're just waiting for the safety car to go round and round and round. So definitely be interesting now. Just trying to think what these guys will do. Well, when these guys are going to pit, but it depends where the hards can get to, and it depends where the mediums can get to lap-wise. So it's whoever feels the bravest will try the undercut, but suffer the tyre wear at the end. So now these cars bunch up together, I think for the last time. I think so. The game can still always prove me wrong is what they do. Now, let's see who is. I know safety cars in this lap. We'll have a quick check for the stops. Is anyone else? Ralphie's done a 2-stop. Metal Mike's done the 2-stop. So, they've joined the 2-stop gang. Tom's the only one in the top 10 that's done the 2-stop already. But his tyres, he might have to do another stop. I don't know if he can get those tyres to the end. But yeah, it looks like everyone at the back's done the mandatory stops. Is now Iron Kid becomes the safety car for the last time, I would imagine. And now he's going to have to get this right, I would imagine. I love saying those words. Could you believe it? But now he's going to go. And he gets a good getaway there. I feel that's a really good getaway from him. Really left Lucky napping there off that restart, but now Haj looks to really be trying to make the move around Neil, trying around the outside, doesn't make it work. As now Dan Tanky's I eat your couch. Look at the move down there. I think the 2 Ferraris are fighting. As Metal Mike's now out of the race. He looked like he's crashed, maybe just getting tagged somewhere, but we'll go back up to the. There's action everywhere really off a safety car. There's always action, but Lucky's really just trying to hound down. It's another safety car. Am I wrong? I may have counted the safety cars wrong. Maybe in a full race there's more. I don't know who's here. If anyone can tell me how many safety cars there can be in a full race, that would be appreciated. But I thought there was only 3 you could get in the game. And I thought we already had our 3, but I might have been wrong. But now we're roughly about the halfway mark of this race. And I don't think the Hards can get there. They definitely won't be able to get to the end. You need to whisper to those tyres the whole race. whisper sweet nothings basically into the ear of the tile. That's really interesting as well. Smell Mike leaves. Imagine. It's Panda now pits, Piano Jam now pits. Maybe thinking just go for a free pit stop at the free pit stop now. Use another set of tiles. Yep, as Panda goes on to the brand new mediums, Piano Jam on hards. I would imagine Panda's going to definitely be coming back in, but depends what lap he can get those mediums on. They can go any tyre basically now. A lot of these front runners have still got to use the... Well, only the medium runners at the front have got to use opposite tyres. I'm pretty sure. So they've either got to go hards or softs. They've done a medium at the front. Everyone else has done the mandatory 2 tyres. Well, mandatory 2 compounds, 2 different compounds of tyres. Some people have already done over 2 stops. So, this is definitely going to be a weird ending to the race, I would imagine. I would imagine, huh? I keep saying that. Then you look in the dictionaries. Haj, maybe just get a little bit too excited there. We're not going yet, Haj. As Neil gets a 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. What's that about? I don't know, I didn't think I seen anything wrong. Maybe, who knows, maybe we could try and get rid of that penalty after the race, but I didn't see anyone really impeding over that. But now that means there's only 2 people without penalties in this race, and that could determine a lot of things for this race. These cars are coming around. I'd imagine maybe the safety car will come in this lap. I will say will come in this lap. Yeah, it will definitely come in this lap. 100%. Got to. But yeah, I imagine these guys are going to get going again. Only 5 cars have dropped out at the halfway point, which is LLC, Gavin, Man's Not Bob, GHC, GH7, Jesus, can't I talk, and Metal Mike are the only drivers to drop out of this race. It's been looking good so far. So we just see Iron Kid nearly try a weave, but he nearly weaves onto the grass there. It's a bit audacious to try and warm up your tyres, but maybe he knows something different. So now it becomes the safety car again. And now let's see how he gets off. He goes really early to try and catch out Lucky, but I think Lucky was on his toes there. Yes, he was. He was definitely on his toes. Definitely wise to the trick now. Try to catch him out early as these two are going side by side into the first corner already. Haj going trying around the outside of Neil. Doesn't make it work, but yeah, it doesn't make it work so far, but he's really trying to get past Neil now. And as now Panda gets a position, he's on brand new tyres. Piano Jam just follows him through there. And yeah, but all the action's just happening in different places at different times, but all them fighting has really opened up the gap to the top guys. As now Lucky is really on the back of Iron Kid, looks down the inside, just gets him. Looks like he nearly outbroke himself into the back of him, but manages to save going into the back of someone. As Panda now moves up to P11 on those brand new medium tyres, really making the use out of them. No DRS yet, but when these boys come over the line for this next lap, the DRS will be out. Really hooking it wide there, Lucky. Maybe just try to get cleaner for the tyres, but the safety car, I would imagine those tyres will be looking pretty good as Lange gets another 3-second penalty. It's now Ralphie. Did he make the double move? His Panda's moving down the order. I wonder what's just happened there. Maybe looked around somewhere. But he's right up the arrow jam. And he just backs out of the move so far. But we've got to go back to these two going side by side right now. As Haj keeps the position there. I seen he had no DRS, showing how much of a sitting duck he was with no DRS. And now these guys are powering back up. As we'll go back to these lead guys, they will have DRS and they'll make this little DRS train. Can Lucky get anywhere near Iron Kid on this straight? I would imagine he's going to get close. He won't get close enough for the move. But he's got to watch out as Haj now overtakes up to 4th. But that looks like a good exit for Lucky, and he might have him here. Looks to the outside of this corner, then looks for the inside of this, and he's already made the move. His Panda gets a 3-second penalty. And that's a good move. Stuart just sitting back. He doesn't need to really do anything while the penalties are lined up. He just needs to sit there. But now Haj is looking like he's on the attack to try and catch back up to them. Really taking time out of these guys out in front. Shows. Jump down back there. These guys are... It's Tom's all over the back at FCT. But he's got DRS for this straight. I'd imagine he'll have it for maybe the next straight. No, he will not have it for the next straight. So the Pandas try to look to overtake that car. But we'll go back with these boys in the lead. As they're coming down the straight, it looks like Lucky just maybe slightly tapped the wall, but he gets a great X out of the hairpin there. Pulling over 7 Thames, but the time will be eaten away on this straight. Comes down about nearly 4 Thames there. It's Lucky gets a good X out of there. I just went a little bit too deep, I would imagine, into that corner. Overcooked it a little bit. They're really just bringing Neil. As these guys... I'll go back on the move. As White and JR are really battling for this position. They're trying to look each way, but nothing's happening. So we'll go back off that camera. As we've got Dan rolling on the back of Tom now. Those tyres, they've got roughly the same tyres, but FCT's got a little bit better tyres. But Ralphie pitted as well. He's got good tyres. Panda's got probably the best tyres right now. That's up the field here. He's probably trying to look to charge now on everything, but we'll go back up to Stuart right now. They're coming into the hairpin. Sit on board with Stuart. Struggling to really get out of that corner by the sounds of the car, but he gets out. And now let's see how much he gains. I think Lucky's just safe. He's not gaining a lot on this straight. But he gains a lot through there compared to Iron Kid, but Iron Kid just pulls away again on those straights. Doesn't make the move though. And these guys are really just locked up for the top 3. As we see Dan and Tom going side by side. A little bit of wheel bashing there, but doesn't look like there's any damage. As now Pandas got up to 11th as well. We're just flicking really through the field to see any close battles. Seen these boys really going at it. It looks like Lucky's pulling away really through that first sector. He's really pulling away compared to Iron Kid. As Dan now gets a penalty. And it's just this track's very hard to not get a penalty. So we just see Lucky getting 8 times, pulling 8 times before this main straight. Showing that he's got the pace, but he needs to get out of that DRS. Real hoping as Haj is looking back now as Neil, but Stewart gets the position because Iron Kid's pitting. He's probably going to go and try and do the undercut here. Panda gets a 3-second penalty. Wonder what for, but these guys are really fighting for it now. As Panda sails past Ralphie up to P9. And these guys are really just trying to go for each other now. And imagine it would probably be smarter for Ralphie to let Panda pull him, but maybe Ralphie thinks he's got better tyres, never know. But he's got to make sure, Panda's got to make sure he's got to use those tyres well. As we'll see, Iron Kid comes off the back, no DRS, 6 seconds off the back of the pack. I don't know about that one, but we'll see how it plays. He's going to have brand new tyres, he won't be fighting anyone, he'll be in clean air as well. That's important as well. As Lucky gets a better exit out of that corner, I don't think Short will be catching. As we go back to these two, Haj try to just put up a stellar defence against Neil here. It's not as, I don't think Neil is close as he goes into the inside. Break that slip. As Neil looks down the inside, thinks better of it, backs out. As now Lucky continues on. He doesn't react to Iron Kid so far. Maybe he still thinks he's got better pace. As we see Dan, I think Dan just getting past Tom, yeah. Dan gets past Tom. You see Brian Piano Jam swapping positions as well. I think he's lost a little bit of time on that lap, Iron Kid. Maybe the DRS, maybe getting hindered. No, he's gaining time on the people at the back, but I don't know about the front. I can't really tell you. As I've noticed, now Haj is basically a big lead car, but look how close Stewart is now. Those hards will definitely be better than the mediums right now, for sure. As Tom gets a 3-second penalty. It really dives in here. Needs to get this exit right. He does. He gets a good pull of that exit. Now with DRS, now with the ERS, he's going to gain. He'll get this position on the straight. He's got it already halfway basically on the straight as well. And you have that second dose of DRS and ERS as Neil gets Haj into that corner. White JR just tapping the rear. I think no damage, but now Haj is just a sitting duck. He's went from third all the way down to 6. Just shows you how powerful DRS can be. As now Tom's having a look around, seeing what's up, seeing what's going. It's also Panda's on the back of FCT. As now Haj gets another 3-second penalty. So you also see Brian into the pits changing his tyres. Goes onto the hards, I think. I could be wrong though. So now Panda's looking to try and get FCT. It looks like he's got a better line, but he's just got more grip than him. And he's using that DRS to get power past him. He's got the move done though. And he's up into 8th place. Looking to really push on his Ralphie trying to make the move as well. Will he make the move into this hairpin? No, he backs out of it. Thinks about it on the straight. As now, we'll go back to the lead because that's going down because Lucky's got the DRS and the ERS. He gets sails back past. Now Lucky really going long on these medium tyres. Trying to make them work, I think. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Iron Kid has pitted. He's off the back, but he's just coming up to traffic with Piano Jam and I Hate Your Couch just battling in front of him. He'll need to, I would imagine he'll need to make those moves done. As soon as when he gets to the back of him, he needs to get through them basically immediately, I would imagine. I love saying that word, by the way. Those words, man. You also see Dan's got the oldest tyres out of everyone, but he's in 3rd place right now. Really making those tyres go the distance. Now these guys are pulling out the gap to Dan anyway. It's grew up to 4.4 seconds. Wowza. So it looks like Lucky gets a better exit. Also, there's a bit of front wing. Was that from Haj? Was that from? Is it the two cars coming together? Oh no, oh no, it's just White JR has a bit of front wing just came off. As now Panda's trying to Doesn't have DRS, but really made the move. As we see Lucky into the pit, Neil into the pit. They're pulling the pit stop now. I'll be interested to see as now Lucky coming out the pits, but I would imagine Iron Kid's going to take the lead back, but he's got to go the long way around this corner. But no, it looks comfortable, I would imagine, but let's see where Lucky just comes out right behind him. He's got the fresher tyres though. And these guys just won't leave each other alone on this grid. Not at all. So now we'll go back up this grid. Have a look what's happening around here. That's interesting. There's also... What happened to Neil? Is he... Maybe a bad pit stop it looks like there? Maybe he had to change his front wings and that. So, he's off the back, but I'm sure he's got the brand new tyres in clean air. We'd make use of them. So go and look at any close battles so far, or close battles right now. I would imagine this train will definitely be close. It's, oh, Tom goes right against the wall to make that move done. And he gets that move done. Great, but look at the pace of White JR really trying to come back at him out of those corners. But it doesn't make it stick, and Tom gets past now. As now Stuart's basically left in no man's land really. He's not really got anyone to give him DRS when he gets overtaken. But Lucky and Iron Kid are definitely in the pack. So I think Iron Kid just lost the position to Lucky as Lucky gets another penalty. Another 3 seconds of 3 second penalty. Cannot talk today. This will definitely be interesting to see at the end of the race. Really powering up to the back of him. Stays behind him, probably the smartest move. Because we've seen how important it is on that main straight. So we'll go back to these guys on that main straight. As Lucky gets past Piano Jam and puts a car in between him and Iron Kid as well, which is important, but I think just on that straight it'll be easy pickings for him. Yeah, it is easy pickings for him. We're really pushing up to the back of the other cars right now. As Haj really up the back of the other Mercedes. Just try to have a look anywhere he can. But he's also got Panda behind him who's got better tyres. As FCT now gets a penalty, and the only man now on the grid that doesn't have a penalty is Stuart. Has he been... I think he's been losing time as well now. That gap was definitely up to 4.4. It's now down to 2.3? 2.5. 2.6 now that gap's went down to. As we see Lucky Egg trying to make them move around him, but Iron Kid's on the other bit. They nearly thought about going 3 wide. But I don't know if he's got DRS, that's the thing. I don't know if Lucky has DRS. That might have been not the smartest of moves. Let's see, he's got to really defend in this straight and then defend the next one. As Panda now gets a 3 second penalty. Really trying to make the move, but now Haj is trying to make the move around Tom. He looks down the inside, really close behind him. As what's happened there at the back? What's happened there? Piano Jam. There's something happened with Iron Kid here. He's fallen back a lot from Lucky, so maybe something has happened here. As these guys won't leave each other alone. This battle for basically fourth right, oh no, battle for third right now won't leave each other alone as Linguet goes in the pits. So lap 50, we'll have a look at how many times everyone's pitted. So Haj needs to pit, Stuart needs to pit, and FCT needs to pit, and also White GR, but who's that? Is that Haj just going a little bit wide, touching the wall there? I think it was. Gives the place basically to Panda. And now Panda can use these tyres to go. It's basically 2 Mercedes, Lewis and FCT all have got a pit. And I think as soon as I say one of the Mercedes needs to pit, they come in. Yep. It's interesting to see what Stewart's going to go to now. He's really taking these hards long. He'll be losing out a lot of time here. We're saying that Dan doesn't look like he's losing time. He's really looking like he's gaining time on him. Just interesting to see. As we see, Iron Kid goes into the pits. He's got front wing damage, so he must have been in some contact. He goes to softs now. But that is interesting to see. Maybe he had trouble getting past someone. As I or Couch losing a position there. I just wonder if he maybe just tapped the wall a little bit too hard. But this is becoming a wacky little race. Is Panda looking for the move down here? He breaks early to avoid it. As White GR goes very wide and touches the wall. Does Panda have the DRS? He does. Compared to Tom, this will be a sitting duck. He's got tyres that are like half the age of the other. And yeah, he goes loose down the inside, gets that move done. But I think Tom's got damage to his front wing. This will definitely be interesting to see. Panda just pulling away now. And that is definitely weird. I wonder what happened for Thingy going wide. And we see White GR coming into the pits. I would have thought he would have came in the pits, but he's lost a lot of time. That's probably due to front wing damage. It's now Haj and Neil really trying to battle each other here. It's basically commiserations to Iron Kid with that damage. I don't know how he picked up that damage. I'm sure we'll definitely hear about it, but it looks like Lucky's definitely in the prime position, but still a long way in this race to go, and some people have not pitted yet. I would imagine these top two might pit onto maybe would they go softs? I don't know. They've got mediums to use, and they could use softs, but Panda's trying to reel them in right now. Those fresher tyres really bringing Tom, FCT and Ralphie, really just bringing them along, pulling them with them. So yeah. But yeah. And yeah. As now we're just sitting on with Panda right now, just really pulling this train along. So we'll go back to these two really going for it. As Iron Kid gets the fastest lap of the race. It's now Dan. We'll go back to Dan. The gap's nearly coming down to nearly 1 second. It has. I wonder if Stewart's just used too much of his tyres and he's really struggling now. Or maybe he's just trying to play it safe and not get a penalty. But I wonder what he does here. They go out again. I know Dan's definitely pitted twice. Stewart needs to pit again. He might be stretching out these hards to go to softs. They definitely put in it was two pit stops you need to do. So this will definitely be way interesting. It's now Haj finally. He gets past into the bus and now he's just looking to try and make up positions now. But yeah, this is interesting. Now Lucky has got to the back of that pack basically. He's within the second. But this would definitely not be helping him. We definitely want some people to go into the pits and get out of the way, but they don't have to. I think FCT will have to pit, but it'll be interesting to see as well. I'll go and check again. Yep, FCT and Stewart all pitting. As also Dan gets past Stewart. I wonder what's happening with Stewart. Maybe he's just really struggling. Maybe he stayed out too long on those hards. Because he's lost a lot of time there. He's still really losing a lot of time. Doesn't look like he has damage to that front wing or any body damage, so it's interesting to see. They're still pulling away from Panda though. Oh no, they're keeping the gap. Stewart. Stewart now gets a penalty. So everyone on the grid's got penalties. And now this becomes more interesting because this is going to be hellish to figure out on the line for the stewards. It's now Iron Kid gets a penalty. The game stewards are going to have a field day trying to figure out what's going to go on here. So we'll go put everyone back on their tyres. Would you see Lucky really pulling up to the back of this pack? He's got to make, I would imagine he has to make some moves. And this might be the first one he makes. Goes around the outside braking zone. He makes it stick. He's got one position. But has he really though? FCT really coming back at him. But I don't know. Let's see. Really burning battery. Is he gaining a lot? Is he gaining as Tom gets past Panda right now? Yes, Lucky really makes that move stick, so he's moved up a position. As Hazard's now moved up a position, and so is Neil. As Neil touches the wall there, and I think he's got front wing damage. Yes, he does. So it's going to be interesting what he does. I think he goes straight into the pits, yep. Is now on board with Lucky. He's really got to try and weave through this pack. He's really got to do it. That's not going to help him, that little wobble from Ralphie. Hopefully he doesn't get any damage from that, but we've seen a lot of cars getting a lot of damage in this race so far from the smallest of contacts, I would say. As he gets a great launch out of here. He probably won't send it in. He'll try and get really up the back of him. Try and really power out and get him on this straight. He's got to. He's making the moves, but I've noticed Dan and Stewart are still out. Stewart's, I think he's found his rhythm back again. Maybe he just needed that DRS. His Panda overtakes now. And now Lucky right up the back as he's going to try. Oh my goodness! What has happened there? And that's a safety car. And that's not going to help out. That's going to help out Stewart and Dan. Which is crazy. I wonder what happened there. It looked like... I don't know. I just don't know what happened there. But now FCT, Stewart will definitely be getting a free stop. And maybe Dan will also get the free stop. I'd imagine there will be definitely 10 laps to go in this race. And I'd imagine people will just go to the softs now, but that's not what you wanted to see from him. He didn't. I just don't know what happened with that contact, but it's crazy it happened. And that is another safety car, so I was wrong with the safety cars as well. As we also see what's happened up there, slowing down a little, maybe just going over the delta. I just wonder what happened. Because it just looked like the ping pong. He looked like, oh, as these two pitted. As Pandas keeps going, he's gonna stay out. So's Lucky. Lucky's gonna stay out. No one else behind him. I don't think no one else is behind him is gonna stay out. And these boys are gonna stay out on these old tyres. Panda on lap 22 old mediums. Lucky on the 11 lap old hards. Jet Hash splits FCT, does it? I think he does. And now these guys have really got maybe to work together to keep this position. Maybe do a little sights and Norris at Singapore against the two Mercedes. Was it last year? Or am I wrong in saying that? I don't know when it was, but it was really just trying to work together, even though different teams. But yeah, it was definitely interesting to see what happened on that straight. But now, barring those safety cars, I think this is going to be a dash to the end. As we'll go and see everyone, I would imagine, has now done the mandatory pit stops. As we'll check here. Yep, everyone looks like they've done 2 stops. Yes, they all have done over 2 stops. And now, unless barring anything crazy happens, it's definitely going to be a straight sprint to the end. The only question is, how long will those softs last for? How good will they last for? And also you got to think about penalties as well when it's coming near to the end of the race. Panda on 15, Lucky on 9, Shod on 3, Dan on 12, Hash on 21, FCT on 3, Piano Jan on 15, Lag on 15, Ralphie on 6, White JR on 27, Iron Kid 9, Iron Couch 9, Neil 3, and Brian 18. So that is a lot of penalties, but it's gonna be, you're gonna have to finish the race before you apply the penalties. So now imagine this safety car will go one more lap. It will, yeah, we'll have to. There's 2 cars off the back, so it's one more lap now. It's now, this has been a really chaotic race. There's been a lot of safety cars, but I would imagine this will definitely be the last. And it will definitely be, can Panda and Lucky really hold off these guys on softs behind? I would also say Ash is also on lonely lappy mediums, which are pretty good. The other ones that took the gamble with it stayed out with their old tyres, so it's going to be interesting as well to see. So we have 14 drivers left, 6 DNFers, but it's been one hell of a race as well. A lot of overtakes, a lot of just straight line DRS, and which you love to see, a lot of overtakes. So, but so now the safety car will definitely come on. It's gotta come in this lap. Panda will be the leader. We'll stay on with Panda as well. He's trying to warm up his tyres. But sorry. It's definitely, yep, it's in this lap now. Panda is the lead he's the lead car, so now he's technically the safety car. He'll maintain this speed, and he will definitely don't want this race to go. He'll want to try and hold this race up as much as he can, but he's got to go. He's maintaining the speed. Just looking down the field. Go back to Panda. He's still trying to maintain the speed. He's not went yet. He's went now. And it's a good getaway from him. He's really caught a lot of people out with that one. And now it's a race to the end. As now Dan's coming under attack from the Mercedes behind on those mediums. So the mediums are not, but those 10-lap old mediums, they ain't bad. I think just Dan may be struggling a little bit as Panda gets overtaken now by Lucky, and Lucky's going to try and try and get away from him. But those 25 hard, 25 lap mediums is not going to be good as he just sails around him with those softs. But now, I would imagine, yeah, Dan Dunn now has a look down inside, outside in the hairpin, but that Panda's got that inside, and now Haj gets the free position. He's got the tires to attack. It's now coming down the straight. Haj gets passed up to third. Dan Dunn overtakes Panda now. But Panda's still got that inside line. He's still there. Both make it through that corner, which is beautiful to see. As we also see FCT try and make it past. As they're going 3 wide into this corner. Don't touch. That's some great battling, I would say. They all made it through cleanly. But now it's back to these guys as Haj has now joined the battle with the top 3. But his white JR Elliott has now got another penalty. As now Panda's really dropping down the order. Just shows you how bad those mediums are. And he's maybe just made the wrong decision, but he keeps going. He keeps fighting for the positions. As now we'll go back to this. We'll go back to Lucky on the hards. Getting chased down by Strode with the softs. As we've got a yellow flag. And that's a safety car. Another one out at the end. And this is becoming crazy. It's safety car after safety car. And I wonder who that was for. Is it for Ralphie, I would imagine? I could be wrong. Yeah, no front wing for Ralphie. So he's definitely touched a wall or two. And his whole front wing's gone, but I would imagine Panda will come in for. I would imagine Panda's got to come in for softs. Yeah. If I know one thing about Panda, he loves going for a fastest lap, so maybe he might show us one, but he's going to have basically the best tyres. But actually, Ralphie and Brian come in. Is he subs? I think he's serving penalties. I could be wrong there, but that stop looked longer. Did he serve? Or has he just forgotten that he needs... It's not... Maybe he's forgotten you need to drive it. I think he's forgotten you need to drive it. That's not good. But now, Lucky's still in the lead, but he's got a lot of work to do now. But Haj just managed to sneak his way up to third. With not being on the softs, showing the mediums still have pace as well compared to the softs. So that's interesting. So now the safety car's waiting to pick up Ralphie, who's right at the back. He was doing well until they had that collision with Tom. And then he's just, after that safety car, he's obviously, something's happened and he's hit the wall and lost his whole front wing. But there's still a couple laps in the race, so a lot of things can still happen. So the race is never over. Back three all got brand new softs to attack everyone else with older tyres. And this is just becoming basically a final showdown right now. As we'll stay on board with Lucky right now to go around. I'd imagine safety car comes... Will it come in this lap or the next one? I think it will be this lap. I could be wrong though. I was wrong about how many safety cars we were going to have. I can't even remember how many. There's been that many. Great. So now, I think we'll have maybe 7 or 6 laps remaining of racing. I want to say we definitely have 6 laps remaining of racing. Is the safety car looking like it's bolting away though? Yep, it is bolting away. It's trying to get in. Oh, no worries. may have just seen from Panda he had to change his front wing as well. Okay. That's fine. You're racing though, so you better focus on the racing and not take anyone out. No more safety cars. Can we just get this race to the end, guys? As now Lockett becomes the safety car, and he's going to have to try and get a really good start. I would definitely imagine he wants the best start he can ever possibly get. It's now, there's nothing more you can really do now, but really weave, slow this pack right down with these brand new tyres. It's got the oldest, he's the only one on hards as well. As he gets it away, and it looks like he gets a great launch as well off that corner. As Haj is now looking down the back of Stewart. He looks down to the outside of Stewart right now. He'll have the inside for the next corner if he gets alongside, but he doesn't. But showing how racy those mediums are. He's really trying to push. His Panda gets up 2 places. And those boys at the back will try and get back into the points, but I wouldn't say it's a conclusion, but I think they will as well. As Panda makes an overtake as well. Panda really just trying to get up the line. As now we see Ferrari versus Ferrari here, and it's no contest. The Ferrari with the newer tyres always wins. But now, we're just seeing a lot. If we'll go back on, actually we'll go on FCT right now. Is really getting hounded down by his teammate. As now Neil's getting overtaken by Panda. It just shows you how good those new softs is. As Neil gets spun round, and he's hit the wall there. Please not a safety car. Please no. I don't think we're going to get another safety car. Hold on. But it's now the Williams prepare for battle now. As these two are really going at it. But look at the time really going down as Stewart gets past. But Lucky's really trying to make that move back. But he can't. And now Stewart gets free. He'll get free, but DRS is now available for this lap. So I would imagine they're going to try to sneak back up to the back of him using that DRS. But now he's got to worry about Haj behind him on the mediums. As now we'll go back down with Panda, really having a look down here, sends it to the inside. Oh, they made contact there. As Panda's, I think, just waiting up for... I think he is. He does wait up for him. As now, this is really becoming interesting. As Piano Jams having a look down White JR Elliott really sends it. They make it through. Both of them make it through. Both on the straight now. There's now the DRS pump, and Lucky's really just trying to hold on the end back of Stewart right now. Stewart's not got that much ERS. He's burnt a lot of it to get past Lucky. So yeah, only 13 going into that break zone. Ralphie gets another 3-second penalty. And now I would wonder what Haj is going to be doing, thinking here. It's also Dan's close by. So we're just going to keep with these boys actually as well. I think the Ferrari feud has died down, and I think Ironka just said, "Let me by, please." But no, he made the move stick, so it's fair play to him. As Brian's really looking at the back of I Eat Your Couch, so really going to try and make that work. As Irongate gets another 3-second penalty. But Lucky's really close now. And he has such a difference in battery, you can just tell. And I imagine he's going to not deploy that much, he's going to wait. Gets the DRS open, gets it pumping, gets it flowing. He's going to get right close to Stewart, turns it off just to stay behind. But he's going to be gaining and gaining and gaining. He doesn't send it down the inside. Maybe make Stewart think that he's going to. As Panda gets another 3-second penalty. But he's got to also watch out for Haj, is also behind him. As now Dan's really trying to really using his battery to try and get close to these guys. And maybe those softs are really starting to hurt, I would imagine. I do say. I do say this time. I do say. But, yeah, by the looks of it, I think it might be hurting a little bit. Stewart's making it look like it's not affecting him, but 13 bar against it, so Hash is also on there. Panda's getting a lot of penalties right now. Maybe not just not enjoying it right now, but so we'll go back, we'll just see how much Lucky's gonna just take out that straight, really using everything the car's got right now. Gets a decent exit, as we also see someone round at the hairpin, and I think that's, yeah, it's Lange. Jesus, I'm trying to talk too quickly. Lange and Neil have both been around over there, so as we also see White GR overtaking Piano Jam again. And it seems those softs are not really good right now. By the looks of it, it looks like the harder compounded tyres are going better right now, even if they're twice the age of them. That is interesting. Maybe if he went to mediums, it would be done conclusion over the line, but see, yes, he's really close now. He's got so much ERS to burn. He's got over 92% ERS on this lap. There's also Haj is also there. He's got 8. He's got over 8 as well. He's gaining on the straight, gaining, and he makes it. Powers really past him. As now Haj is going to be looking at him to overtake, and he does get the overtake done as we go into the final lap of the race. And Haj gets past him now, and that's interesting. With so much battery, he's still got so much battery. He could just keep on bumping it as Haj gets another 3-second penalty. But now he's really pulling away from Haj as well. Looking at it, Lucky just looks like he has the pace on those hards a lot. Just a lot more pace on them. As now Dan and Ironkin went side by side. They are seen for a second in the background. So it's also got Stuart. Dan's falling out the DRS zone, so that's going to be a trouble for him. As now Haj is going to be powers out that corner very well, as we see 2 cars spun. Panda and Ralphie bringing out that yellow. So we'll get back to this final bit. Look at Lucky just pulling away now. He's going to come and take the checker flag. I do not know if he will take the win. He takes the checker flag. Haj takes it, but Stuart will take the win just because of the penalties applied. And that has been a long race as well. I'm sure these guys will definitely be tired now after playing F1 a lot. As Panda goes into the pits in the last lap. He comes close to take 14. Wow, that's been nearly about 2 hours of them going around this same track. So very well played to Stuart as well, and Lucky and FCT for making the podium right now. That has definitely been a very chaotic race as well. You thought one thing was going to happen, then another thing happened, and then another thing. You just couldn't tell what was going to happen. But yeah, so we'll go through the order of the list here, as we've got Stuart winning the race on track due to wasn't the first to come over the line, but due to penalties in the game, he is first for the race. Then it's followed by Lucky, then FCT, then Iron Kid, then Dan, then I Ate Your Couch, then Haj, then Neil, then Piano Jam, then Ralphie, then White JR Elliott, then Brian, Lange, and I think the last of the finish was Panda, and then Tom, Metal Mike, J JH7, Man's Not Bob, Gavin, and LLCC all DNF'd. And oh, and that will be it for this racing event. The day over 2 hours, but it was definitely fun to watch, definitely fun to commentate, and I will definitely be here for the next round of Max's Minions. So it's goodbye for me, and good night.